As we gather together this morning, I would like to draw your attention to the cover of the bulletin this morning. That artwork was done by Amy Redford, member of the church. Is Amy here today? She is back here. There she is. Thank you, Amy, for providing that wonderful illustration. Also want to just give a word of thanks and gratitude to all those who have helped make today possible. And as we go throughout our service, particularly these next few moments, we're going to see who many of those people are. At this time, I would like to invite you to stand back up. If your name is Katie Wolf or Lee Hewitt. Katie is our current weekday school director, and Lee is our assistant director. If you'll remain standing, please. Others are going to join you. If you will stand back up, if you are a current member of the weekday school staff, board, or are a teacher in the school, again, currently, if you're a member of the board, the staff, or a teacher, I invite you to stand back up if you are able and you are someone who has served the school in the past as a director. Any former directors with us this morning? Yeah, wonderful. Assistant directors, other members of the staff. Any former board members? Former teachers, that includes our teacher aides or substitute teachers. Any volunteers that have worked in the school or served the school. Anyone who has ever served on the Christian education or spiritual growth committees of the church. Stand back up if you are able and you are someone who has attended the school as a student in the late 40s, in the 50s, or the 60s. We have a few brave folks, there's no doubt about it. How about those who may have attended the school in the 70s, 80s, or 90s? There are several of those as well. If you attended the school as a student from 2000 to 2020, you may want to look a little lower along the queue line. Any of our current students, 2021 and 2022. Now you can stand up and join them if you are a parent or have ever been a parent to a student or students. You can join them if you are a grandparent or have ever been a grandparent to a student or students. Or a relative. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Stand back up if you have ever prayed for or supported the school in some other way. Stand up if you love children and believe education is a worthwhile endeavor. Is everyone standing, I hope? That are able. And I invite also those who may be worshiping with us today on the radio or live streaming, stand up. You can do so. We won't know specifically whether you are, but stand up with us and join us. If you are here in person or not yet standing and are able, we invite you to join us in our litany of celebration, which is found printed in our bulletin. In celebration of 75 years of faithful education and outreach, we praise and honor God today by worshiping joyfully through singing, proclaiming, and sharing the good news.
We celebrate God's grace.
the unmerited favor of God's goodness and generosity given to us for salvation and true life. We celebrate the call of God for us to inspire the next generation for Christ, to be faithful disciples, teachers, and witnesses to God's word, will, and way.
We celebrate the call of God for us to embody God's love and care.
With every smile, hug, high five, and fist bump, through all sniffles, squabbles, and wobbles, while crawling, sliding, and slipping, in laughter, tears, and anything in between. We celebrate the call of God for us to build lasting relationships with students, families, parents, grandparents, and friends, through collaboration and invitation, volunteering and serving, by learning names and personalities, from when backpacks are too big to carry for an extended day.
We celebrate the call of God for us to teach necessary skills for education.
In exploration and discovery, from learning first numbers, letters, and shapes, to music, games, chapel, and kindergarten-ready curriculum. We celebrate the call of God for us to impact life skills for young lives, focusing on social, emotional, physical, and spiritual needs of every student through positive and impactful experiences.
For today, and maybe another 75 years, may God continue to empower and give favor to God's holy work through the First Presbyterian Weekday School.
All praise, honor, and glory belong